Hello, friends. Hello. You're welcome. You're welcome. You use codes by going into your profile, and there will be a codes option. Just put them in. All right. We're early. I'm mostly just testing the functions of multi-chat. See how everything looks. Can you guys hear everything well? Is the music too loud? It's super quiet right now. Hold on, let me skip to a slightly louder part of the song. There we go. Everything sounds good. Great. Okay, that should stop making the messages disappear. Okay, much better. Lovely. 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 There's a bit of an echo there. I was listening to the mic on the stream. Hello, Clocksworth. If you guys want to put your the name I would know you from Discord in the chat, that would be helpful. Oh, that's awesome. The stream officially starts in 13 minutes. Well, I'm glad to have you here in the stream. Have you guys seen the first part of Branch's story? Great. Congratulations, Burn Everything. Yeah, Thomas, that's for Obsidia. That was the for the last stream. That'll be the main stream happening. Those will be scheduled like in advance. This one is for Branch. I'll put the name of the character of who I'm playing in the stream. I think it should be up there. Oh, it's not for Twitch, but yes, it is for YouTube. Let's edit that on here. Branch. This is an older character. There's a VOD up for it on the channel. It was for my first ever test stream. Once the streams get a little more consistent, I'll be sticking to one character mainly, or maybe like consistently switching between two. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, the stream is titled Creating Branch VOD 1. It's because I initially did it only on Twitch as a test. but we'll see. Nice. No, this is not a restart. This is an older character. I'll do a recap of the story once the stream officially starts. That's awesome, Thomas. I'm glad you're enjoying the game. I'm glad to hear that, Clocksworth. Yeah, I think Everweave's awesome. I was initially just a player in the server, but I started making the guide for the game and stuff like that, and became a mod, and now I'm community manager. Hello, Caboose. That's great. Is the music clear? No hitches? Can you see my mouse moving around? Clear. 30 frames per second on Twitch. No mouse. Thanks, Draw. Yeah, I think it's absolutely ridiculous that that I somehow fell into this position, but it's pretty cool. Ahoy, Cinzia. The stream's starting up soon. Thanks. Yeah, we'll be starting in 2 minutes here. Thanks. Thanks. Yeah, the music's pretty good. Just not my playlist. I had to select some music that's royalty free. But it's a good playlist. I'm glad you're enjoying the game, Cinzia. The chat on the stream, is that good for everybody? Or would you want it to be a little bigger? Like the font. Should it be a bigger font? Hello, Hot Saucin'. It's a little small watching on mobile. Alright. I can increase the size, no problem. Okay. The chat should have disappeared, but when someone types next, the text should be bigger. It is a little bigger, but it's not very much bigger. Well. There we go. All right, folks, it's time to start the stream. Alright, so, as a recap, anyone who was here for yesterday's stream, this is not the same character. This is the character I was first playing. Their name is Branch. They're a male Kobold sniper, as you can see by the stream name. The actual race is human, but we've flavored it like a kobold. We are in the sort of barren wastes of future Russia after the apocalypse, and we're trekking around looking for our twin brother Twig. We've collected so far 2 companions. First is Hans, a raven, who seems keenly intelligent and has the ability to convince me to try and join cults. And then we just very recently met Ration. And Ration is a rat roach. He has a rat body, but with roach antennae and wings. A truly awful little creature. He is now our companion as well. Yeah. And on our journey so far, we've managed to purchase a rifle. And have learned some secrets about possibly where our twin could be found, where Twig could be found. So, playing Branch. Biggest words for Beastro. How they become a kobold? Yeah, it's just human flavored as kobold. I put it in my backstory that I'm a kobold. The DM takes it as fact. Right, I did take a bunch of painkillers, so I may be addicted now. There should be no difference between watching on Twitch and YouTube. I'm replying to both chats. Both chats should be showing up on stream at the same time. Yeah, just trying to maximize outreach. We want to get this game in as many hands as possible. Alright, and those of you familiar with the game, this version is the web version of the game. It's played on PC. You can find it at play.everweave.ai. Alright, you can see here, we drank a bunch of painkillers. Not on purpose. I didn't know what they were. There is a web version. It's very good. You can sign into your normal account and continue playing the characters you already played. And that works for iOS or Android. No problem. Alright. Let's get started. Without hesitation, you snatch the 3 glowing blue vials from their case. The corks pop with a satisfying, almost futuristic hiss as you uncork them one after another. Trusting Hans' enthusiastic chirps, you tip each vial back, letting the cool, slight effervescent liquid slide down your throat. A wave of invigorating energy washes over you. your muscles still slightly tense from the climb and the previous encounter, relax and hum with renewed vigor. A faint internal warmth spreads through your limbs, chasing away any lingering fatigue. Though no immediate physical change is apparent, you feel a profound sense of resilience as your very being has been momentarily bolstered against any further hardship. Hans gives a contented caw, while Ration, now wide awake, excitedly vibrates its antennae. Alright. And great. The chat is mostly out of the way of the text, so that's very good. I was hoping that'd be the case. Alright. Right, so we just learned in the previous message that we need to go to a new location, the Kronos Vault. So we'll be leaving the Azure Spire and heading towards the Kronos Vault after receiving visions of Twig. Actually, we're still searching this room. I forgot. That was the first thing we found. So we need to continue searching. Oh, for sure. A tingling warmth spreads through your limbs, a powerful surge of resilience from the concentrated vials. The lingering fatigue is entirely banished, replaced by an almost jittery energy, a keen edge to your senses. You feel invigorated, ready for whatever the spire might hold. Your eyes, now sharper, scan the meticulously preserved laboratory. Beyond the glowing tanks and the pulsing console, your gaze falls upon a secondary, smaller terminal, tucked away in a corner, partially obscured by a cascade of dormant holographic projections. Unlike the grand console, this one appears to be a personal workstation, a small, sealed drawer at its base, marked with a single glowing symbol resembling a stylized eye, catches your attention. Okay. Do you think hopped up on painkillers, Branch has the wherewithal to check for traps? I don't think he does. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Alright. I, without even considering it, go to open the drawer. I desire what may be contained inside. Ooh. You attempt the drawer marked with a stylized eye symbol, seeking to understand its locking mechanism. Natural 20. I think that's the first roll of every stream. It's a natural 20. You guys are good luck. Without a moment's hesitation, your heightened senses from the vials combined with your natural dexterity identify the subtle pressure points around the stylized eye symbol. With a critical success, a nearly inaudible click signals your triumph. The sealed drawer slides open with a whisper of ancient mechanisms, revealing its contents nestled within. Inside, resting on a bed of dark plush material, are two items. One is a pair of sleek, silver-rimmed goggles with multiple lenses, designed for precision. The other is a small data crystal pulsing with a soft, internal white light, reminiscent of the recent data influx from the console. Hans caws softly, nudging the goggles with his beak, while Ration twitches his antennae excitedly, drawn to the humming crystal. Both items feel undeniably advanced, relics from a time when the world was vastly different. Okay, so we got new goggles and a data crystal. Just giving the DM a bit of information here. If I get the magic item and it just says, like, it's very cool and has ancient futuristic technology, then it has nothing to tell me exactly what it does. If I prompt it, then we can get that information on the item itself. And then the combat DM will let me use it. Oh, and I'm going to have it make the goggles either probably a helmet. I think is it helm or helmet? Helmet. Scout goggles and data key crystal. Hello, Eli. Glad to have you in the stream. Alright. We got scout goggles and the data key crystal. Let's see. Okay, the scout goggles are in fact a helmet. So, let's see what they do. These goggles feature tinted lenses and intricate metallic frames, designed for enhanced visual acuity. While worn, they grant advantage on wisdom perception checks and initiative rolls. Sweet. So, initiative isn't really rolled, but advantage on wisdom perception checks is great. We have good perception, so that does us well. As an action, you can activate this crystal when near ancient technology to unlock specific access points or reveal hidden information. The crystal shatters after use. Okay, so we have a one-time use item to, in case we like fail on some checks. Hello, Jerio. Is this a character from scratch? No. This is from the first stream. This is Branch. Yeah. The stream from yesterday, that is Obsidia, will be playing that character again tomorrow. Will initiative eventually actually be rolled for combat in future updates? Maybe. Yeah. It's not a big deal right now, so it's not something we're like super worried about. You get to do the combat and you're always first, which is nice. But might be something we do. The character is a fighter. And we're playing as with a specific specialty in ranged combat. I'm fighting with a bolt-action rifle. You carefully secure the sleek, silver-rimmed goggles and the faint, pulsing data crystal within your pack. They feel like significant finds, tangible keys to the mysteries of this spire and the secrets it holds. Hans settles back onto your shoulder, a picture of avian contentment, while Ration busies itself grooming its antennae. With these new treasures and the fresh directive to seek the Chronos Vault ringing in your mind, the enormity of your task solidifies. You are still on this high, ancient floor. The luminous tanks of suspended figures, silent witnesses. The luminous tanks of suspended figures, silent witnesses around you, and the open elevator shaft waits to descend back into the darkness. I figured. Welcome back, Caboose. Alright. We've only found one thing of significance here in the Azure Spire. And it's a big place, so I want to look around. There's possibly a combat encounter we could get here. Potentially more items. We could always use supplies. Ration is significant. We did find him at the beginning, so I guess 2. I don't think it gave us advantage. We didn't remind it of our item. Still passed though. I didn't suspect to immediately do a perception check. Will the stream tomorrow be at the same time? Yeah, I think it might be at 4:30. Slightly, like half an hour later. Oh, we got 2 messages. One before the roll and one after the roll. You offer a gentle scratch behind Han's ears and a tender stroke to Ration's mottled fur. Birds don't really have like normal ear places to scratch, but you can scratch behind them, I guess. They're just like holes. Their small presences a comforting anchor in this desolate marvel. With your companions content, you turn from the humming laboratory, stepping out into the wider corridors of the Azure Spire. The air here is colder, carrying a faint scent of ozone and dust, a stark contrast to the sterile warmth of the lab. You carefully survey the area, your senses sharpened by the recent infusions, searching for any hidden pathways, strange devices, or signs of danger within the ancient structure. Your keen senses, further sharpened by the potent vials you consumed, allow you to pierce through the gloom and the dust. The main corridor, wide and imposing, stretches into darkness, its true extent lost to the shadows. However, off to one side, partially concealed by fallen debris and a flickering, long-dead holographic advertisement, you spot a smaller, less obvious passageway. A faint, almost imperceptible hum emanates from its depths, distinct from the general drone of the spire. It's a subtle invitation, hinting at an untrodden path. Hans cocks his head, looking down the passage with an intelligent glint in his eye, while Ration's antennae twitch rapidly, confirming the presence of something intriguing within. Okay. Let's head forth. Although I do want to add something here. I want to make this game a little funnier. I want the DM to allow for more sort of jokes and possibly also increase the frequency of combat encounters. So I'm going to tell the DM what I want. Okay, so I've asked the DM to make the game a little funnier. Specifically, I want to be able to perform sort of wacky interactions without immediately being punished by the people around me. But not for it to be cartoonish. We want to keep it grounded. And then we want to also get just a little bit more combat. Hello, Dragonash. Glad to have you. Encounter instead of combat. We may want to make a pad. Well, this is specifically for combat. I want more opportunity for combat specifically. Okay. I'm just going to remind it I have advantage on perception checks from my helmet. Yes, you can edit and add themes while you're in the game. That's no problem. I'm glad to hear your campaign is going well, though. There's always to level up my character without battling so much. Yeah, you can, well, you can level up your character through battle and through skill checks. But skill checks, I think you need like somewhere around 6 or 7 successful skill checks to equal 1 combat. So it's much faster to do combat, but it's not impossible to level up through skill checks if you're doing them quite often. All right, let's see what the DM had to say. Well, it definitely is giving me more combat. All right, Custodian Bot 734B. Oh no. The narrow passageway hums with an almost rhythmic thrum as you step inside, the air growing colder and smelling faintly of ozone and something acrid. Hans ruffles his feathers, letting out a low caw, while Ration scrambles excitedly on your shoulder, antennae vibrating. Suddenly, a whirring sound intensifies ahead, and a squat, multi-limbed cleaning automaton, its optical sensors glowing an angry red, trundles into view. It emits a blast of corrosive cleaning solution and a metallic screech. Organic contamination detected. Neutralizing. It powers towards you, its metallic arms extending with bristling scrub brushes. Oh no. Guys, I'm getting hit. I'm getting hit with the toilet scrubbers. Reprogram, make fun. I don't think I have the intelligence to reprogram. Yeah, my intelligence is not high. This would not be very in character for me. But let's do some fun stuff with our combat here. All right, so we have our rifle. Oh, my stomach just growled so loud. I hope the stream didn't pick that up. Oh yeah, and move. Let's say I say move far away. No specification, but see if it'll pick up what I mean. Success. Okay, I was able to shoot 2 shots, even though I didn't use my action surge. Oh. Okay, the bot crit me. Oh, but did bad damage. Hey-o. Okay, let's see how it went. The sight of the grotesque waste on the bot's brushes sends a primal scream tearing from your throat, and you instinctively recoil, scrambling backwards through the narrow corridor. You bring your bolt-action rifle to bear, your hands moving with practiced efficiency as you chamber around. You unleash a shot from your bolt-action rifle, aiming to cripple the menacing bot. We hit... the custodian bot 734B whirs and sparks as your shot connects, a metallic shriek emanating from its chassis. You chamber another round with a practiced flick of the wrist and loose a second shot. Natural 20. Your second shot is true, a perfect hit. Your second bullet rips through the chassis, sending a shower of sparks and metallic shrapnel flying. The bot shudders violently from the impact of your precise shot. You put a dent in it, but it's still coming. The air crackles with ozone as the custodian bot 734B lets out another metallic shriek, its optical sensors glowing brighter with renewed aggression. Your shots have certainly gotten its attention. Alright. It's releasing a blast of corrosive cleaning solution at me, which is why I took force damage. I feel like that should be acid damage, but yeah. Yes, I did crit, and they also crit. But they only rolled 2 damage. I'm going to say, for my purposes, I think this is because we took all those painkillers. And that's why I only took 2 damage from the crit. I think it makes sense in the story. A weak, sputtering stream of corrosive liquid barely makes contact, leaving a minor stinging sensation and a faint discoloration on your armor. Sick. Oh, and the faint discoloration. They're referring to bleach. Try to short circuit. Oh, yeah. That's a fun idea. Let's try it. I want to see what happens first, so I'll action surge. That'll be my action, and then I'll action surge and see if I can do something else as well. I will pour my my canteen's, I don't know how to spell, water into one of its new smoking holes. I then action surge and prepare my next action. Okay, it seems the DM's letting me do it. I wonder what we'll roll. I roll with advantage. Hey, we did it, guys. Raw damage. Interesting. I have no idea what raw damage is. It's not force. It's just raw. It's just straight up damage. Can't be blocked. No resistance possible. Alright. Let's see. Alright, it's still my turn, which is great. So, let's see what the DM thought. You uncork your canteen and with a steady hand attempt to pour water into one of the custodian bot's smoking holes, hoping to short-circuit its damaged internal mechanisms. The air crackles with ozone as you aim for the vulnerable spot. You then invoke your fighting spirit, preparing for whatever comes next. You attempt to short-circuit by pouring water into one of the holes. The water you poured into the custodian bot's smoking holes causes internal arcing and sparks, dealing 6 raw damage to its already compromised systems. It now whirs erratically, its movements becoming jerky and less precise. Your quick thinking has clearly taken a toll on the mechanical menace. With your action surge, you gain an additional action. What would you like to do with it, and what action do you wish to prepare? Hey, the DM gave us advantage. I mentioned that the bot is staggering, and so he gave me advantage on the attack roll. Add flare. You could get advantage. Oh, I have to end my turn for the combat to end. 1 second. Let's read what it has to say first. You shout, "Get that shit away from me!" and raise your bolt-action rifle. Taking aim at the now staggering custodian bot, its erratic movements make it an easier target. Alright. So we hit twice, dealing 4 and then 6 damage. I think it says... Yeah, it only has 3 HP remaining. It's saying that because it's still alive, and it's making something up. This is a hallucination. We clearly see it has 0 HP. We'll end the combat in just a second, though. The DM realized that it was dead, and we're out of the combat. The scent of victory. I didn't know how to ready an action. Now I'm seeing how. You wanna just sort of give the DM like hints as to what you're trying to do. I didn't really ready an action. What I said was that this is what I do with my action. I action surge and then prepare to do something else. This allows the DM to run through what I told it to do, and then on my next action, it'll give me an option to make a choice based on what happened, rather than having to predict what happens and then doing like a bonus action or a second action without the knowledge of what's going on. Yes, we have 2 companions. We have Hans and we have Ration, a We have one's a raven, and one is a mutated rat that has roach antennae and wings. I do my attack and prepare my extra attack. Yeah. Yeah, that's right. Alright. Well, we managed to beat the combat encounter, and we are almost done. Done with level 2. We're almost level 3. Yeah, I think I might be one skill check away. One successful skill check. You squeeze past the smoking remains of the bot and begin to search the area it emerged from, looking for anything useful. How do you do a skill check? You just say that you want to do something, and the DM will decide whether or not that requires a skill check. Yeah. You can also like try and prompt it. So let's get rid of this. I'll show. Yeah, so there are a list of skills in the game. Yeah. I don't think we currently have them visible on the web version of this game. But Strength has Athletics. Constitution doesn't have any skills. Dexterity has Acrobatics, Sleight of Hand, Stealth. If there's another one, I can't remember it right now. Yeah. Charisma has Persuasion, Deception, Intimidation, Performance. Intelligence has Arcana, History, Religion, Investigation, and Wisdom has Perception, Insight, Animal Handling, Survival. And yeah, so if you are like, I try and read the other person and see whether or not they are lying to me, well, then that would require insight. And so you would roll a wisdom insight check. The DM would roll it for you, most likely. Unless it thinks that you don't have to roll, that it's obvious. If the guy's like sweating, like crazy as he says it and shaking nervously, you assume he's lying anyways. The most balanced class? The most balanced class, I think, is Fighter. But, yeah, the best class is Rogue. Just get here. There's a web version now? Yes, there is a web version now. I'm never getting anything done at work again. Yeah, that has been the sentiment I've seen so far. Okay, so I failed my check. Worst class? I think the worst class is Warlock at the moment. It doesn't have much survivability, and without the character engine is coming out this year, hopefully. That's the plan. With the character engine coming out, you'll have companions that'll fight beside you effectively. Companions technically can kind of fight beside you in the game as it is now, but they'll have stats and things like that. They'll have classes, they'll have abilities. So they'll actually help you in fights. As it stands now, Warlocks don't have any good way of dealing with combat as it comes. They'll just like... And all the enemies will attack them at once, and there's nothing they can really do about it. Yeah, you can try and kill them all before they get to you, but if you don't... Thank you, Karo. And if I mispronounce any names, feel free to put a pronunciation in the chat. I'll work on it. Alright. So, yes, I failed this, some sort of investigation check, I think. You grimace, squeezing past the still smoking, reeking chassis of the custodian bot. Its metallic stench, mixed with the acrid tang of whatever corrosive sludge it carried, makes your eyes water. You meticulously search the immediate vicinity, prodding through fallen debris and examining the grimy walls where the bot emerged. The passageway here is narrower, choked with ancient, calcified dust and what looks like centuries of metallic residue. Despite your efforts, your search yields nothing more than rusted conduits and shattered remnants of what might have been maintenance panels. It seems this particular corner of the spire was less a treasure trove and more a glorified janitor's closet for an overly aggressive cleaning crew. Hans pecks at a loose wire with disinterest, while Ration squeaks forlornly, sensing the lack of edible scraps. The passage dead ends here, offering no further secrets. Yeah, you're allowed to stream. No problem. You can stream Everweave. Yeah, we encourage it, in fact. No, you're fine. It's me. Oh, hey, Kuja. I hope this game will be on the game console someday. Maybe. I don't think there's any plans right now, but if there's enough people who ask for it, it'll be possible. I think it'll be hard to type, though, would be the issue. If they ever do a console version, I'll be broke. Alright. So, let's see. Yeah. Well, we want to get another skill check in. So, I think we should do something to try and get a success. I walk back down to the entrance with my head held low in defeat. As I step back into the desolate city, I search, I look around for signs of buildings that could contain vital supplies. And just a reminder for the DM that I have advantage on perception checks due to my helmet. Loot first. The robot was stinking. It was covered in poop. I agree, Jarl. The character engine will be a huge boon to the game. All right, 18. Stepping back into the desolate cityscape, the oppressive silence of the wider ruins presses in around you, making the earlier encounter with the bot seem like a petty annoyance. Hans lands softly on your shoulder, peering intently, while Ration clings tightly, its antenna sweeping the air. Your enhanced perception cuts through the urban decay, past the skeletal remains of apartment blocks and the rusted husks of ancient vehicles. Your gaze catches on an anomaly, a squat, angular building, partially collapsed but far more intact than its surroundings. A faded sign, barely legible through grime and rust, reads, "Apothecary and Fine Concoctions." The front door, though warped, seems merely jammed, not destroyed. A peculiar mural on the side depicts a smiling, almost sinister-looking proprietor offering a glowing iridescent potion to a wide-eyed customer, suggesting a place that once peddled more than just mundane remedies. Sometimes I sound like Morse critical. Time to get some healing pods. Yeah, maybe. Maybe some healing potions. That's still electronics, so probably some of the most expensive things you can get right now. Alright, let's see. Oh, but we succeeded on the check, which is great. We're level 2 now. Or level 3. Just gotta take a long rest. I want to indicate that this is a dexterity check. I want to do sleight of hand. I don't want to do athletics. I said finagle to try and get it there a little bit, but I want to add a little something extra. So So I will delicately prod the door frame with a few metal tools to release it. Hey, there we go. I could say I use finesse or something like that, but I want the DM to make the right choice, right? I'm trying to show off that the DM can be good using natural language. I don't want to have to tell it too explicitly to do a bunch of stuff. Alright, success. Are you doing an entire skill check? What do you mean, entire skill check? Ah, okay, we have a bug. If you get this bug on the desktop, it only happens on the desktop. You can see it doesn't go all the way down. Just back out. And refresh. Why do you do this to me? Okay, well, if I closed it and opened it, it would work, but I cannot do it. Yeah, it'll fix whenever I send another message, but oh, sorry, I just accidentally shifted the whole screen. Let me lock this. lock everything into place. Okay. Yeah. So. Yeah. So for now, if you didn't want to back out, you can scroll down by selecting some of the text and then moving to the very bottom of the screen. Or not the very bottom, but below the chat box. Alright. Hans! Do you see that? You exclaim, your voice echoing slightly in the vast, empty city. It's a potion shop! They could have anything in there! With nimble fingers and the precision of a seasoned scavenger, you carefully insert your tools into the warped doorframe. The mechanism groans in protest, rusted tight from decades of neglect, but under your expert manipulation, it slowly, grudgingly gives way. With a final resonant thunk, the ancient lock disengages. You push inward, and the heavy door creaks open on protesting hinges, revealing the shadowy interior of what was once the apothecary of fine concoctions. A cloying scent of dust, dried herbs, and something vaguely medicinal assaults your nostrils. Shelves, once neatly lined with vials and jars, now lie toppled, with their contents spilled and piles of rubble and the occasional glint of shattered glass. Yet amidst the chaos, a single counter remains relatively intact, and a few dusty, unbroken bottles stand defiantly on a receded shelf behind it, catching your eye with their dull shimmer. Any suggestions on doing a dex-based attack with a sword in narrative? Just have higher dex than your strength and use a weapon that is that has the finesse property. Rapier and short sword and scimitar all have those properties. Alright. So here, I'll head over to the counter and grab the undamaged vials, taking a moment to read their labels before putting them in my pack. Rather than asking the DM what the fuck they are, I am telling it I'm reading the labels, because it's not unreasonable there would be labels on jars at a store, or on vials at a store. So the label could very well just tell me exactly what it is without me having to guess. And then when it puts it in my inventory, the information will be filled out. It's a this type of vial. Thraxon, while that will work if you have a versatile weapon, or sorry, not a versatile, a finesse weapon, it won't work if your weapon isn't finesse. It'll still be strength. The DM will act like it rolled dex, but it'll be strength. All right, we got Dr. Phileas's Miracle Tonic, slightly less poisonous antidote, and instantaneous growth serum. Guys, we can be a giant kobold. And yeah, we no longer have the scrolling issue. Yes. What you want to do, though, what you want to do more specifically is just have that item be a variation of a different item. So, say, like, you want to make a katana, just say that the katana, but you want it to be based on dexterity, say that the katana is a reflavored rapier. And then it will use rapier's finesse ability rather than the long sword's versatile ability. Yeah, let's see what they do before we read all this. Oh, wait, hold on. I think the DM might actually tell us. You carefully pluck the unbroken bottles from the dusty shelf. Their glass surprisingly resilient. 3 distinct vials emerge. One, a dark amber liquid, bears a faded label. Dr. Phileas's Miracle Tonic. For what ails you? Guaranteed to mend bone and spirit. Side effects may include temporary glowing, mild existential dread, and an inescapable craving for pickles. This, you deduce, will be a potent healing draught, restoring some of your lost vitality. Another, a sickly green concoction, is simply marked slightly less poisonous antidote. Results may vary. Do not consume if already poisoned by something very poisonous. Clearly a cure for lesser toxins. The last vial, a shimmering viscous blue liquid, has an elaborate label depicting a minuscule sprout rapidly growing into a towering tree. It reads, Professor Ilara's Instantaneous Growth Serum. Witness rapid expansion, not for internal consumption. Unless you're feeling particularly whimsical, may lead to unexpected verticality. This one brings a slight smile to your lips. It could certainly provide a boost, or perhaps just a good laugh. Hans cocks his head at the labels, while Ration sniffs cautiously at the antidote before wrinkling its nose. With the valuable concoctions safely tucked away, you survey the rest of the dilapidated apothecary. The air is still heavy with dust, but the successful find sparks a new sense of possibility. Do you wish to search more thoroughly here, or is it time to move on from the apothecary and explore other parts of the ruined city? Can you combine the two? Not a craving for pickles. Yeah. It'd be so hard. We probably don't have a ton of cucumbers. Yes, Ilara was mentioned. Alright. Let's look at our equipment real quick. Let's see if the descriptions match. Gain advantage on your strength athletic check within the next hour. Alternative for comedic effect, a non-humanoid creature or plant touched by the serum grows to twice their size for 1 minute. We could maybe use it in some situation. Okay. Poison, cure, and gain 1d4 plus 1 hit points. Alright, we need a long rest. Laura's such a sweetheart. Laura just entered my campaign as a 10-year-old bard. At least in mine, she's Voss's niece. How do you see your class abilities? Mine doesn't show for my rogue. I'll show you in just a second. Let's roll the dice. We'd be a 6-foot kobold, not average size man. No, I think we'd actually be 8 feet tall. We're 4 foot tall kobold. See you, Legator. Bouncing bomb. That sounds sick. Alright, we're level 3. Okay, Renegade is super melee. I don't think we can play Renegade. I think we have to be champion. Alright. So, Pedro. Yeah. As for the passive abilities, yeah, they aren't on here. They'll have to be added on. Instead, we have a spell page, which we don't need. Yeah, some of you can't see each other in the chat, just because we're on 2 different platforms, so you'll be able to see it pop up on the stream itself, but not in your personal chat. Alright. Let's see what the DM has to say. You don your scout's goggles, the multiple lenses clicking into place as they sharpen your vision. The dilapidated apothecary transforms, shadows deepen into distinct forms, and hidden details spring to life. You meticulously comb through the dust and debris, your enhanced sight spotting the faint outline of a loose floorboard near the counter. Prying it open, you discover a small, leather-bound journal. Its cover surprisingly well preserved against the ravages of time. It details an increasingly erratic, the increasingly erratic musings of a chief alchemist Bartholomew, Barty Bumble, and various bizarre, often explosive concoctions. On the last page, a crude, hastily scrawled map of the Azure Spire is sketched, highlighting a path to a section labeled the Chronos Vault's Antechamber. A large, ominous X is scrawled over a particular route with a frantic looping note. Beware the Barty's bouncing bombs. Too many squirrels, not enough sense. What? Feeling the weariness of the day finally catch up, you decide the apothecary offers a suitable, if dusty, haven. You wedge the warped door shut as best you can and find a relatively clean corner among the overturned shelves. Hans roosts on a higher shelf, ever vigilant, while Ration snuggles into the folds of your clothing. Lulled by the faint hum of the distant spire, the flickering moonlight outside casts long, dancing shadows, and the distant, mournful howls of something unseen eventually lull you into a deep slumber. Okay, so there's something hanging out in the city. trying to click my steady aim as well, and nothing shows up. Don't click it, just hold it over. If you click it, it like immediately goes away. But if you hold over it, if you just hover, it pops up. No, it's in your browser. It's play.everweave.ai. Also, thank you, Cinzia, Hot Saucin, Dragon Ash, and Dr. Grimley for the follows and subscriptions. I appreciate it. Alright. The first rays of dawn filter through the shattered roof of the apothecary, painting dusty motes in the air with soft light. You stir, feeling completely refreshed, the aches and weariness of yesterday's banished by the long restorative rest. Hans stretches his wings on his high perch, letting out a satisfied caw, while Ration uncurls from your side, twitching its antennae with renewed vigor. With a quick glance at Barty's journal and the crude map now safely tucked away, your next destination is clear. The Kronos Vault's antechamber, the X marking Barty's bouncing bombs, on the map serves as a stark reminder of the Spire's eccentric dangers. But now, you even have one of those curious contraptions in your pack. The apothecary offers no further secrets. What is your next move, Branch? Okay, so we're level 3. We crit on 19s. We got this map, which shows us where the Kronos Vault antechamber is, and this bouncing bomb, which, as an action, you can throw this bomb up to 30 feet. It bounces twice in random directions. DM's discretion within 10-foot radius before exploding. Creatures within 5 feet of the final detonation point must make a DC 13 dexterity saving throw or take 2d6 bludgeoning damage and be knocked prone. On a successful save, they take half the damage and are not knocked prone. A small spherical bomb with a wick designed to bounce unpredictably before detonating with a concussive blast. That's pretty good. No problem, Threxen. Yeah, the bomb's crazy. Thank you for the subscription, Jerial. I think that was mentioned before as being Juta? No, Cujo, sorry. Juta's a character that I play. And WOD. Alright. So, I think we're going to this vault. Two 900 mention thanks. Thank you, Pedro, for the support. it's my gaming addiction. Let's roll. What are we doing? You attempt to navigate. Oh no. I got a map, man. You gonna make me navigate? Hey, what's up, Joe Code? Did you just wake up? Alright. We got another two-parter here. You stretch languidly, a groan of satisfaction escaping your lips, only for it to turn into a yelp of, "Oops, sorry!" as your arm inadvertently flings a startled ration across the room. The little creature performs an impressive aerial somersault before landing gracefully on a pile of dusty scrolls, shaking itself off as if nothing happened, its antennae twitching indignantly. Hans caws an amused reprimand from his perch. Gathering your meager belongings, including the mysterious journal and the potent vials, you step out of the apothecary. The sprawling silent city greets you once more, the air cool and crisp. You consult Barty's crude map. The lines and symbols puzzle you. A puzzle you must unravel to find the Kronos Vault's antechamber. The path indicated by the X for Barty's bouncing bombs is a stark warning. You push deeper into the heart of the spire, the outside world fading as you navigate through increasingly tight, stone-lined passages, attempting to decipher Barty's peculiar cartography. Despite your best efforts to decipher Barty's chaotic scribbles and cryptic arrows, the spire's labyrinth passages prove to be a more formidable foe than the bot. Each twist and turn looks maddeningly. I'm going to take a second for that one. Each twist and turn looks maddeningly similar to the last, and the faint hum of the one guide you now seems to emulate from every direction, mocking your attempts at navigation. I see. Okay. You find yourself going in circles, the frustration mounting as grand, ancient architecture gives way to narrower, forgotten service tunnels. Eventually, a wrong turn leads you not to the grandeur of an antechamber, but to a maintenance shaft. Its metallic grates rusted shut. A stale, mechanical scent hangs heavy in the air. As you peer into the dimness, a faint, rhythmic clank, thump echoes from deeper within, almost like a sluggish heartbeat. It's not the Barty's bouncing bombs warning, but it's definitely something. Hans ruffles his feathers nervously, and Ration's antennae vibrate with frantic energy that suggests curiosity mixed with a healthy dose of apprehension. Just catching up with chat here. Okay. So, yeah. Let's try stealthing forward. I have flashbacks of the poop bot and shiver. I ready my rifle and begin to sneak forward. Hey, my love. The music's bleeding through the headphones.
Cool. Alright.
Okay, so we failed the stealth check. That's not good. We might be in combat immediately. Rat Roach is still here. You were almost like... Oh, man. If you succeed, your Kobold is an honorary ninja of my ninja clan. Yeah, well, I definitely did not succeed. Thanks for the follows. And Helios. You ready your rifle, a shiver running down your spine at the memory of the aggressive custodian bot. Every instinct screams caution as you try and move with the silence of a shadow into the gloom of the maintenance shaft. But the spire has other plans. A loose grate clings under your boot, echoing loudly in the enclosed space. The rhythmic clank thump ahead abruptly halts, replaced by a distinct whirring and grinding. Hans lets out a startled "Ah!" and Ration digs its claws into your shoulder. From the shadows, two glowing red eyes illuminate, accompanied by the menacing whine of high-tension cables. This is no mere poop bot. This is something far larger, far more heavily armored, and it's looking directly at you. Thank you. Okay. It looks like we're getting into combat. Alright. Let's see if we got a description from this thing. Maintenance bot 88. The glowing red eyes belonging to a hulking maintenance automaton, easily twice your size. Its chassis is a patchwork of reinforced plating and heavy-duty pistons, suggesting immense strength and a series of thick, sparking cables snake from its core to a pair of massive clawed manipulators designed for tearing through hardened material. The clank thump was the sound of its hydraulic legs moving with terrifying deliberation. With a surge of adrenaline, you scramble backwards, putting some distance between yourself and the lumbering construction. The tight confines of the shaft offer little room to maneuver, but you manage to gain a few precious feet, your rifle raised and ready. The bot's red eyes fix on you, its whirring increasing in tempo. This is not a situation for stealth anymore. Alright. The maintenance bot lets out a grinding screech, its heavy treads digging into the metal floor, and it lunges forward, claws extended, clearly intent on tearing you apart. Okay. I think this is the first enemy I've had more health than. So that's a good sign. That's a good start. Remember to get them electronics. This one I will. The last one was covered in poop, man. I didn't want to get them. What's up? Sorry, checking the Discord is... alright. I'm back. Hello, Venom. I'm glad you're enjoying the game. And Aaron Wild, welcome to the stream as well. Glad to have you here. On Bloody Three Tears, thank you for joining. All right. Yeah, we have this absolutely massive maintenance bot that is blocking our way. It mentioned its hydraulic legs. I think I'm going to aim to try and stop it from being able to move forward. After my first turn, the AI was going through the battle, but then I got an error message and it kicked me back to the last prompt. I tried again. The same thing happened. Error, please try again. If it's accepting your prompt at first and then like doing stuff and then erroring, then you probably have too many things going on in the combat, or you're doing something that it doesn't like, and so the results are getting weird. If it's showing the error right away, then that can be any sort of bug, and you should follow the flowchart in the bugs channel of the Discord to prevent it from happening. Alright. Did a random everything ended up as a warlock with a very controlled approach, for now at least. Alright. Let's see what we got here. You steady your breath. The worn stock of your rifle cool against your cheek. With a precise, almost surgical aim, you target the exposed hydraulic cables on the maintenance bot's leg. Squeezing the trigger, a sharp crack echoes within the shaft as the projectile streaks towards its mark. The shot rings true. Your projectile impacts the hydraulic cable with a metallic twang, a spark flying as the casing ruptures. The bot stumbles, its movements momentarily faltered. We deal 4 points of damage. Ooh, minimum damage, that's rough. Oil spurting. Let's see. The shot pierces the bot's hydraulic cable, causing oil to spurt and the machine to jerk violently. A clear hit. The damage is applied. The bot's movements falter for a moment as it takes 4 piercing damage. Despite the damage to the hydraulic cable, the maintenance bot lets out a grinding screech and lunges forward, its clawed manipulators extended, aiming to crush you. You narrowly dodge the metallic swipe, the bot's massive claws whistling past your ear, leaving a faint breeze in its wake. I don't know if they can post it. It should be in the description, Aaron. Yeah, it's also in the game menu, but if you look at the description of this video, of this live stream, it should also be in there. There's a link to join. Alright. I want to take this thing out of commission. So I'm going to action search. I liked my description. It let me roll it with advantage and natural 20. That's what I'm talking about. Thanks to Action Surge, I fire a second shot. And it's done for. Toast. Hans and Ration are not fighting with me. They're just little guys. If we find a more threatening pal, I'll have him join combat with us. Alright, let's see how it looks. After dodging the bot, I jump off its clawed arm and fire 2 shots into its back. I use Action Surge. It's getting more obvious that my games are rigged. Hey, I don't know what to tell you, man. I'm lucky. Some other people aren't. That's right. Hans and Ration aren't combat pads. Alright. You deftly spring off the maintenance bot's clawed arms. Using its own momentum against it, as you land, you pivot and unleash the first shot from your rifle directly into the bot's metallic back, aiming for exposed circuitry. You take a shot at the maintenance bot, aiming for its vulnerable back. It gave me advantage due to my description. So this is your reminder to flavor your attacks. Add fun stuff in there. Whatever the DM says, right? He said that I dodged out of the way of the attack. Right here. You narrowly dodged. Leaving a faint breeze in its wake. So, why not? I jumped off of it instead. DM liked it. Gave me advantage. Fire a second shot at its back. The maintenance bot falters, its mechanical whirring turning into a distressed whine. Black oil begins to seep from its wounds in its back, and its movements become sluggish. It's clearly heavily damaged and struggling to maintain its menacing posture. And then it collapses, leaving you victorious amidst the wreckage. I agree. When the AI is doing good, it's doing really good. Part of this stream's purpose is so that you can learn what I do to keep the DM as engaged and as good as possible. Because you can manipulate that. And so I want to show that we can keep it consistent. You can keep the DM doing well consistently. You'll run into some hitches we have on this character before, but you can quickly work around them and get what you wanted out of the situation. All right. Now, I want better armor, so I'm going to take. I'm taking particular care to salvage as many of its metallic plates as possible to craft plate armor in the future. It was described as having thick metal plates for armor. And we got some assorted Mechanical components. Let's see. Do we get anything here? What's the description? Oh, we got 5 plates and 10 components. Nice. We'll need it. We have no money. Unlike its putrid predecessor, this hulking automaton yields clean, substantial components. You meticulously set about dismantling the fallen maintenance bot, the faint tang of ozone in the air, testament to its recent violent demise. With careful hands, you pry loose thick metallic plates, their surfaces still gleaming despite the grime and battle scars. Each plate feels solid and perfectly suited for your future ambitions of crafting robust plate armor. Alongside these, you collect a tangle of robust cables, various gears, and other assorted mechanical components that might prove invaluable for future repairs or inventive contraptions. Hans watches from a safe distance, occasionally pecking at a loose wire, while Ration sniffs curiously at a dribble of coolant. Ration, don't eat that. With your new haul secured, you look around the grim maintenance shaft. The rhythmic clank thump is gone, replaced by the silence of the spire. You're still off the main path to the Kronos Vault's antechamber. Do you wish to push deeper into this maintenance area, hoping it might loop back? Or should you retreat to attempt to reread Barty's convoluted map? Hello, Rubik. All right. I shout at Ration, "Don't drink that!" as I shoo him away. I then decide that I'm not so suited to reading the map, and use my much better survival instincts to guide me through the labyrinth. Yeah, using monster parts for magic items is super cool. Great roll. Got a 20. Okay, so we can see the required XP for level 4 is much higher. That was one fight and a successful skill check, and we are barely on our way to level 4. Okay, we got another super long block of text here. I might have the DM lower the total amount of text. I'll show you guys how to do that as well. I like doing the reading, but like these double paragraphs are like super rough. Ration! Don't drink that! You bark, swatting playfully at the inquisitive creature as it considers sampling the coolant. Ration chirps indignantly, but scurries away from the metallic puddle. Settling back on your shoulder, you fold Barty's exasperating map and tuck it away. Its chaotic lines and scribbled warnings are proving more hindrance than help. Instead, you close your eyes for a moment, taking a deep breath of the stale, recycled air of the spire. You focus on the subtle shifts in temperature, the faint residual currents of air, and the barely perceptible vibrations through the ancient stonework. Your instincts, honed by years in the waste, are far more reliable compass than any mad alchemist's cartography. You begin to move forward, not following a drawn line, but trusting the primal awareness that has kept you alive this long, searching for a path that simply feels right towards the Chronos Vault. You cast aside Barty's perplexing map, trusting the primal wisdom etched into your very being. With a critical success, it wasn't a critical success, it was a dirty 20, but it saw the result and assumed, and it can't see my modifiers. So it saw that I got a 20, but it doesn't know that I have a +3. So it thinks that I got a critical success when I didn't. But that's fine. Your instincts prove unerring. You navigate the labyrinthine passages with an almost uncanny grace, sensing the subtle flow of air currents, the distant echoes of unseen mechanisms, and the faint traces of ancient power. Every turn feels right, every decision guided by an unseen force. You effortlessly bypass crumbled sections and precarious ledges, eventually emerging into a vast circular chamber. This is undoubtedly the antechamber. The walls here are smooth, polished black stone, devoid of the grime and debris that choked the rest of the spire. In the center, a colossal, reinforced door stands sentinel, etched with intricate, glowing runes that pulse with a soft azure light. Above the door, a single, unblinking eye symbol, identical to the one on the drawer where you found your goggles, is carved into the stone, radiating an aura of immense power. It feels like the threshold of something truly ancient and significant. Hey, a dirty 20 is still a crit. Yeah. Yes, I'm on Twitch too. How do you get the DM to come up with the story based on the world and theme you created without you constantly telling it what to do or prompting it constantly? Well, Jacob, that was shown in the original video, the original stream, for creating this character and Obsidia, the other character. Both of those videos are available on the YouTube channel. You can find it as Everweave Echo. So if you look at the beginning of those videos, you'll see exactly how I prompted with my character description and my backstory on how to get the DM to permanently remember my themes for the game. There is also a tutorial in the Discord tips and tricks. I have made a guide for this game. You can find it in the Discord as well. It is posted all over the Discord. I highly recommend people read the guide. Alright. So, like I said, I want the DM to use slightly less... to be slightly less verbose. So we can move through the story a little faster. And if you're not in the Discord, there's a link to the Discord in the description of the YouTube stream. I don't think it's in the Twitch one. I'll add it. Actually, I'll add it now. Give me a second. Let's get that description. Twitch. Let me edit the stream. hold on. God. I'm so bad at this. Where is... Edit layout? No. How do I edit my stream? What the hell? I did it earlier. Sorry about this. Oh, edit stream info. Here we go. Ooh. Da, 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 da. Okay. I seemingly need to add it onto my profile. I can't add it right now. I did find it, but it doesn't let me add it to like the bottom of the video. So I'll deal with that later. For now, everything can be found on the YouTube video. And thank you for the subscription, Aaron. Echo, hi. I'm using Everweave, and I already love it. I'm glad to hear it, Calx. That's great. We really appreciate the support, and I'm glad you're having fun with the game. All right. So yeah, we're gonna prompt the DM to use less words. I want less flowery descriptions. Let's get to the meat and potatoes. Always tell your DMs please and thank you. Okay. They're unfeeling AI, but if you say please and thank you, they respond better than if you don't. Please use less flowery language in your responses. I want the messages to be slightly shorter, but still contain all of the important details and descriptions of the area. Just don't want 3 adjectives for everything of note. When do you think or estimate we'll be able to get free unlimited messages, if ever? Because I already used up all of mine. Oh no. Calx, right now, we cannot do free unlimited messages just because it costs us to run the game. But once the game is in a lot more people's hands, the cost with scale will go down and we'll be able to lower the price. We do try and keep the price as low as possible. So, because we want people to play the game for fun. We don't really care about trying to earn billions of dollars. We're just trying to be able to pay the devs and let people have a good time. All right. Right, and so now we're at the Chronos Vault. We got an unblinking eye symbol identical to the one in the drawer you found with your goggles. It's carved into the stone, radiating an aura of immense power. It feels like the threshold of something truly ancient and significant. Okay, well, if you guys remember, we found a key. It's a data key crystal. As an action, you can activate this crystal when near ancient technology to unlock specific access points or reveal hidden information. The crystal shatters after use. So yeah, that was the crystal No, sorry. What was it? Data key crystal. I hold out and use the data key crystal to try and unlock the ancient secrets held within. I'm glad you think so, Rubik. Yeah, well, we're nowhere close right now, but you know, we want to get the game out into a lot of people's hands. The best way to support, if you can't, you know, purchase messages or anything like that, is to use your friend codes. You have friend codes. Invite people to play that you think would enjoy the game. If they use your friend code, you and them get 50 free messages. So you give them a boost to play at the beginning as well. Okay, the data key crystal was removed. A truly one-use item. And a much more reasonable block of text here. So the DM took our note to... This was our paragraphs before. Big, chunky paragraphs. And now, 4 lines. Very good. For those who stick around at the end of the stream, I'll be giving away a few codes for message packs. So you have that to look forward to if you stick around. You hold out the data key crystal. As it nears the unblinking eye symbol, the crystal pulses with a blinding light before crumbling to dust. The door's runes flare, bathing the antechamber in a brilliant azure. A deep thrum vibrates through the door. The colossal door slowly grinds inwards, revealing a darkened passage beyond, hinting at the secrets of the Chronos Vault. Hans lets out a soft "caw," and Rations and Tene twitch with anticipation. Rubik, yeah, I'm glad you're having such a good time with the game. You would like to play with humans at some point. Yeah, well, there are lots of communities out there that play D&D and that love to have new D&D players as well. So you can find them on places like Roll20, Find a Game, or Looking for Table, something like that. D&D Beyond. Yeah, if you just type in "looking for game" like D&D forum, you'll find tons of websites that will get you into groups. I gotta make sure to stay awake. All right. Yeah. So. Yeah. We're moving into the hallway beyond. All right. If I just step into the hallway without giving it any sort of prompt, we might just be walking down a hallway for a long time. So I want to give it something to seed an idea for what we might be trying to see. I want to be doing something so it can describe better what's going to happen. If I just say, I continue down the hallway, I'll continuing down the hallway forever. I'm glad, Ruby. All right. I will step into the hallway. I send Hans scouting ahead and move with silent grace to avoid any potential dangers. I don't know what to expect in this ancient vault. Flickers of the visions of Twig come to mind with each step. Yeah, Jarl, you absolutely can turn this into a hallway simulator if you just keep saying, I continue down the hallway. Oh, okay, we did bad on our stealth check though. I don't think I'm gonna be an honorary ninja. I've failed every stealth check I've tried, despite my good dexterity. Welcome, Zohaze? If I mispronounce it, please correct me. Oh, it's Sib. Hey, Sib.
Wait a minute.
Yeah. All right. So this happens right now. It's a bug with the new desktop version. You won't see this if you're on mobile. This is a specific desktop visual bug. So there's nothing actually happening here. The DM doesn't think we're in the previous fight or anything like that. It just puts all the last information it sent in the previous fight in this one. But it doesn't read it. It doesn't know it's there. Just pretend it doesn't exist, and it won't exist. We're working on stopping it from doing that, but that happens not every time, but maybe like 60% of the time, which is kind of annoying. Hans, a dark blur in the dimness, glides silently into the vaulted passage. You follow, attempting to mimic his grace, but a loose plate shifts under your foot. The sudden scrape echoes, shattering the silence. From deeper within the passage, two beams of emerald light cut through the gloom, fixing on your position. Hans swerves back, letting out a sharp, warning caw. A low, guttural growl reverberates through the stone, and the passage ahead reveals a sleek reptilian automaton, its emerald eyes glowing with predatory intent. It unfurls razor-sharp claws, ready to defend its ancient domain. Dope. Vault Guardian Proto-Lizard. That sounds sick. Alright, well, I'm up first. It has 30 HP. Alright, it's by far the healthiest enemy we've fought so far. I think the previous highest was 25, so... Hello, Pie Man. Welcome. Also, if you're enjoying the stream on Twitch or on YouTube, please follow and subscribe. Turn on notifications. I will. That way, you can get the notifications for the stream when they come. If you're on YouTube more often than you're on Discord, that's the way to know. And if you prefer, I do make events for the streams in the Discord, so you can always see that. Thank you for the follow, Rubik. All right. So, yeah. All right, we have a sleek creature here. We don't have a ton to go off of in terms of weak spots. So I'm gonna prompt it to see if I can find some weak spots. I use my Scout's goggles. That's what they are. To see if I can spot a weak point on the creature. Well, I'll be streaming tomorrow, but how often? I'm not sure. I haven't come up with an exact schedule yet. I'm hoping to do it at least twice a week, but I might do more. Right now, I'm really enjoying it, and so I'm sort of throwing up impromptu streams left and right, but that wasn't the original plan, so I might be streaming more often right now. I didn't have everyone because I mentioned the first time I told everyone in the Discord that that the stream would I would only at them once for it, and for any future streams they should check the events, which has gotten a lot less viewers, but I think I don't want to bother everyone in the server with at everyone's. I'm curious when we get to access more classes enjoying this game though. Well, you guys, for anyone who was in the Q&A last week, they know that a certain holy warrior will be releasing pretty soon. Brand new class and a new race. Yeah. All right. So let's see. Oh. Okay, I think it got to attack. It took it as my action. All right. You activate your Scout's goggles, your lenses whirring softly as you scan the Vault Guardian Proto-Lizard for any structural flaws or vulnerable points. The emerald light of its eyes bore into you, but you remain focused, searching for an opening in its sleek reptilian form. You activate... you roll for an ability check. It did not give me advantage. I forgot to check whether or not those glasses give me advantage, so next time I will prompt it to say I have advantage. But we failed, no problem. Despite your efforts, the creature's smooth metallic hide offers no obvious weak points to your enhanced vision. The proto-lizard remains an enigma, its design seemingly flawless. Hans caws nervously, circling above you, as the Guardian continues to fix its predatory gaze upon you. Your Scout goggles, same thing. The Vault Guardian Proto-Lizard lunges forward with surprising speed, its metallic claws extended, aiming to tear into you. 12 versus 16 is a miss. You deftly dodge to the side, the Proto-Lizard's claws whistling past your ear as it overshoots the attack. Alright, and so, as I mentioned in the last fight, if we want to try and get some advantage, or even just have more fun with combat, we should add in elements into our attack descriptions. So, and I like to use the last thing that the DM said to help the DM believe what I'm doing. So it said it overshot the attack. As it overshoots the attack, I will take the opportunity to slide underneath it, and while behind it, fire off 2 shots activate my action surge and fire 2 more. So I don't have extra attack yet, but the DM has let me fire off 2 shots without activating action surge before. So we'll see if it lets me get away with it. If not, I won't argue for it, but it'll be fine. Hello, Kira-chan? Or Zero? Late but here, glad I could join. I'm glad you can join as well. Okay. Alright, we failed a shot. Oh, and the Proto-Lizard has 13 AC, which is way high. And the Proto-Lizard hit me. And I don't think we got a ton of shots off. Let's see. Okay. You seize the moment as the Proto-Lizard overshoots its attack, dropping low and attempting to slide underneath its mechanical bolt. Your goal is to gain superior position behind the creature, a tactical move that could turn this encounter. You attempt to deftly slide. Ah, I failed a check. And I failed so bad that the creature... It ended my turn. And the creature got to attack me. Unfortunate. Our community is great. Most of the community is on the Discord. Our server has 11,000 members in it. Lots of active people in chat being super helpful. Tons of tips and tricks. The guide is there. All a great community. All right, and that's where you'll get all the updates for the game. I'll be posting updates for what's coming in the game in the Discord. All right, so I think we have to get serious because this thing really messed us up with the previous failure. We got none of our attacks off. I scramble back. Sing. I wipe the blood from my lips using my scouting goggles to help aim. I fire off 2 shots and then action surge. Yes, the PG-13 being a stickler about it really does help things out. I'm quick to ban people from the server if they're not the kind of people that we want in there. If they start trying to irritate people on purpose or troll, we kick them out. Wondering if subscription is truly worth the price. Joe Schmo. Yeah, it depends on what you want. So the subscription is going to be slightly cheaper for the total number of messages that you get, but those don't roll over to the end of the month. So if you aren't sure, thank you for subscribing, Kira-chan. If you're not sure whether or not you're going to be able to use all the messages within the month, then I recommend don't get the subscription. Instead, pay a little bit more, truly a little bit more, to get the message packs. And the message packs will last you, if you go over the month, they roll over. It'll be better. Okay. Let's see what happened. I was not paying attention. It does look like we hit it for a sizable amount. Okay, you quickly scramble backwards, a smear of blood across your lips from its last hit. You adjust your scouting goggles, the lens whirring softly as they lock onto the proto-lizard, and you line up the first shot, hoping to find a weak spot. I gain advantage. Amazing. It did not roll. It just decided I hit. Dealing a significant blow. It deals 10 damage. It just assumed I hit because I had advantage. It didn't even roll. It didn't give me a chance. The second shot did roll. It rolled an 18 out of 5 when I fired my second shot. And this one hit for 6. So for all in all, 16 points of damage. And I action surged, so it's still my turn. The Vault Guardian proto-lizard stumbles back, sparks flying, and a jagged hole now marring its once sleek chassis. It lets out a guttural metallic shriek as your shots connect, and with a surge of adrenaline, you activate your action surge, ready to continue your assault. Sick! Okay, so it worked. We prompted it, and we got exactly what we wanted. Rubik, I'm glad that you decided to support. We appreciate, we never expect, but we do appreciate people using the app and also deciding to spend their hard-earned money on messages. Okay, let's. So we have our action surge. So we got 2 more shots in the tank, guys. I think we seeing a moment of weakness from the creature. I redouble my efforts with my goggles locked in. I take aim and fire 2 more rounds into the creature. I'm a hermit, man. This game brings me hours of entertainment for the price of a meal. Out of that, I never get. What is it? Easy choice. Yeah. For those curious, you can go through messages really, really quick if you, depending on like how loose you are with your messages, how little you're trying to accomplish with them. But if you take a little time, prod at what you're doing, what's going on, you can get some like really solid. You can get some really solid mileage out of your messages. If you're just trying to like do as many skill checks as possible, one after another, you're not going to have much luck. Also, a thing to note, entire combat sequences cost you 1 message, and you can be in combat for quite a while. So, if you are really like penny pinching for your messages, I recommend having more combat in your game, doing more fights. Try and get good with how to prompt the AI DM so that your combats can flow smoother. A lot of people have trouble with combat, but you guys being part of the stream can see it can go very well if you know what you're doing and know how to prompt it. A die roll doesn't count as a turn. It's just the entire combat. A die roll counts as a message outside of combat. So if you're rolling skill checks, you send your message and you do a skill check. That's 2 messages. But you do 1 entire combat. You roll a ton of dice. one message. All right. So, seizing the moment of weakness, you focus your gaze through the golden visor of your goggles. The internal mechanisms whirring as they lock onto the proto-lizard's damaged form. You fire your first round with renewed determination. 22 versus 5 is a success. All of that, and I did 4 HP. Okay, so this is exactly the thing, right? The DM messed up. It says I crit, but it didn't roll for the second one, and it only did 4 damage. So I'll let the DM know. I say, DM. I like to do it in parentheses so the DM knows it's out of character. DM. One of my attacks didn't roll damage, and the monster is very low health. Could you roll the missing damage and the damage now to compensate? Branch. The Vault Guardian Proto-Lizard is severely wounded, but still standing. I will need you to clarify which attack you're referring to, as the combat log for round 3 indicates that all 4 shots of your attack roll damage and contributed to its current HP of 4. The first strike... Oh, here. DM. The first strike after my action surge didn't roll damage. If you think I should push forward anyways, I understand. But I don't want to waste the shot. It dealt 6 damage. Well, alright. The DM says it's accounted for, so I have to live with it. But it's my turn, so I'll just attack. Okay, it looks like we killed it. I'm just reading chat. This happens sometimes. I think it holds grudges. Yeah. Sometimes the DM gets pretty stuck in its ways. I always err on the side of not arguing with the DM too much. If you try once and you try again and the DM's not giving you what you want, then I recommend just moving forward and working towards that solution at a different time. But right at this moment, the DM's going to be locked in. It says it happened, so to its knowledge, it did. Yeah. You can argue a little bit in combat, because, once again, it's all going to eat one message, no big deal. But if you're out of combat, There's no reason to waste your hard-earned messages trying to argue with the DM. I always, if I'm outside of combat, I always prompt the DM and do so with the addition of my narrative message. So I'll say, parentheses, DM, hey, you removed this item that I had in my inventory. I didn't want to give up that item. Could you please re-add it back into my inventory? It was my goggles of scouting. It gave me advantage on perception checks. Close parenthesis. And then I go into my story thing. I move past the Frostfang path, going deeper into the mountains, hoping to find the lost tomb hidden within. And then the DM will read that, hopefully add the item back to my character, and then move on with the narrative. If it doesn't do that, I'll prompt it again the next time, but I won't waste the message. I'll keep moving my story forward. Whoa. Alright. Let's see what happened. Oh, looks like I crit. You raise your weapon, taking aim at the critically wounded Vault Guardian Proto-Lizard, and fire your first round. Critical success. Your critical shot rips through the Proto-Lizard's damaged chassis, sparks flying as internal mechanisms groan and seize. The passage before you now lies open, its ancient guardian silenced. Well, I think we're looting it, of course. That seems to be what we're doing. Actually, this thing seems like it would be cool. We could maybe try and use the parts from before to repair it and make it a pet. We salvaged parts from the other robot, so maybe we can do that. Have a giant proto-lizard as a combat companion. Okay. The ferocity of the proto-lizard still fresh in your mind, you envision it as a formidable ally. You kneel beside the sparking carcass, pulling out your savaged mechanical components. With meticulous care, you begin your work, trying to mend its broken systems, to coax life back into its emerald eyes and reforge it as a companion. You tinker with wires, attempting to patch circuits, and use every scrap of your understanding to revive it, but the damage is too extensive, or perhaps its programming too alien. The proto-lizard remains inert, a mere husk of its former ferocity. The components you used are now embedded within its unmoving shell, consumed by the failed endeavor. Hans circles overhead with a mournful call, and Brashen lets out a soft, sympathetic squeak. The passage ahead is dark, and the air hums with a profound stillness, hinting at the true vault beyond. Yes, this is the web app. You can get to it by typing in play.everweave.ai into your browser. Rather than argue, the DM gave me a narrative reason for the new gear. Yeah. Are you an artificer? I'm not an artificer, but I'm just, you know, there's no reason I can't try. Alright, so that failed. But we have a lot of stuff here. We have this charged metallic device. It doesn't have power. Maybe we can get it some power. For those of you who don't know, Hans, my raven, is extremely smart, and I don't know why, but I trust him implicitly. He may or may not have tried to get me to join a cult. Is the app supposed to use our monthly free messages or the promo messages first? It's supposed to use the free messages first. But I have seen that some people have it being the other way around. If that occurs, please post it in the bugs channel on the Discord. The more widespread the issue is, the faster we'll get to solving it. Okay. Unwilling to concede defeat, you pull out the charged metallic device with Hans perched on your shoulder, intelligently holding wires and pointing out damaged circuitry. You meticulously work the glowing artifact into the proto-lizard's core. A powerful surge emanates from the device, coursing through the inert automaton systems. Its emerald eyes, once lifeless, flicker, then ignite with a soft, steady sapphire glow. The creature's hydraulics hiss, and it slowly, deliberately pushes itself upright, shaking off debris. It turns its head, its new blue gaze fixing on you, and then on Hans, who caws triumphantly. A low purring sound, like grinding gears, emanates from within the chassis. Not a threat, but an acknowledgement. This guardian is now yours. With a new companion, the passage beyond the antechamber, the true Chronos Vault beckons. Yes, my raven is the artificer, that's right. Yeah. So sick. I have a new combat companion. I'm going to tell the DM to make some notes about my companion. Oh, I put right down incorrectly. We'll call him Rusty. Oh, I'm gonna prompt it. Okay, here we go. I'll read out to you what I wrote after I send it. What will you name it? I'm naming it Rusty. Everybody's able to get to the... Let's let it manage this. Hey, Rusty's ability journal. That's what I'm talking about. Character update is coming. Really... sorry, catching up with chat. Rusty's... I'm wandering around, following quests, and not by being something like cars. Trusty Rusty. A lot of my gear items, the DM just organically gives me a lot of my new gear. Alright. So we'll see how well the DM took my prompt and whether or not it made the journal entry truly informative. Otherwise, you know, it's nice to have it, but... Rusty's ability journal. A sturdy leather-bound journal filled with observations about Rusty, a Vault Guardian proto-lizard ally. Its pages detail its combat capabilities and immunities, including its AC of 15, HP of 30, and a 1d8 melee claw attack with a +5 attack bonus, and immunities to poison and disease. It also notes that Rusty does not need to eat, drink, or breathe, and its emerald eyes now glow with sapphire light, awakened by a charged metallic device. Sweet. The DM listened and I was able to get this information. This makes it much more likely that the combat DM will use it, but it does not guarantee that the combat DM will use it. We can just hope. It's not really designed to read all your information before combat goes. Also, we're going to get rid of some stuff from our journal, or from our items here. We're going to get rid of the blanket and the dried meats. I know I have them, but I don't want to overload my inventory with too much stuff. I don't need the rope anymore. Or the longsword. Okay. Much more reasonable. You spend a few moments observing your new companion. Rusty, the Vault Guardian proto-lizard, now with sapphire eyes, moves with a silent, powerful grace. Its reinforced chassis and sharp claws speak of its combat prowess, a formidable addition to your growing band. Hans caws a greeting with the revitalized automaton, and Ration, after an initial wary sniff, seems to accept the new presence. Sorry. With the details of Rusty's abilities noted, you turn your attention to the darkened passage ahead. The Chronos Vault, true and unbreached, lies within. Alright.
How's it going, man?
I hop atop Rusty and signal him to move ahead. My small kobold frame, not a non-issue for the powerful ally. We move into the room beyond. This is better than AIGM, in that I keep getting my butt kicked, and then I yell at the GM for not letting me escape. Nope, this is way better. I am a kobold. My actual race is human, but I told it I'm a kobold, and it believes me. I put it in my my character appearance that I am a kobold, and so the DM remembers anytime it thinks to recall what I look like. It goes and checks my appearance, and then sees that I'm a kobold, and then mentions it whenever it does so. You guys get so much stuff. What am I doing wrong? I don't usually collect this much stuff, but everyone really wanted a sort of like a collector of junk kind of character. I collect monster parts and stuff like that, so that's what we're doing. You hop onto Rusty's broad back. Your kobold frame is insignificant on the powerful automaton as its hydraulic legs propel you forward. With a soft hum, Rusty strides into the vast chamber beyond the antechamber. The Chronos Vault is immense, far larger than any space you've seen in the Spire. The air here crackles with unseen energy. The ceiling is a dizzying array of interconnected gears and glowing conduits, stretching into an impossibly high dome. In the center, a massive, suspended crystalline hourglass pulses with a soft temporal light. It slowly rotates, its sands of shimmering energy falling in reverse around its base. A series of ancient consoles glow, their screens filled with indescribable data. Visions of twig intertwined with images of starships and swirling nebulae flash through your mind. I should quest to find a bunch of magical rocks, and I have nothing except the sword I stole from the future brother. Alright, so we have a crazy hourglass, a crystalline hourglass with sands falling in reverse. Falling in reverse, and yeah, I do like that band. Or, I did. I don't really listen to them very much, but I did when I was in high school. Alright. Okay, does anyone have anything stupid I can do to this crystal? Any thoughts on actions to take towards the crystal? Eat it? Like some of the sand? I could try. Ugh. Similar vibe. Tap it with something metal. Look what. All right. Oh, you in the wrong spot. There we go. Constitution! I don't think I was supposed to do that, guys. But we natural 20'd it. We are literally never punished. This is why everyone thinks my stream is scripted. You extend your tongue, touching it to the shimmering, upwards flowing sands of energy. A jolt, cold and sharp, like pure electricity, shoots through you. It's not painful, but intensely invigorating. For a fleeting moment, the room seems to warp, sounds become echoes, and the past and future intertwine. You taste not flavor, but time itself, a sensation akin to crisp metallic starlight. Hans caws, caw, startling your sudden stillness, and even Rusty emits a low whir of curiosity. When the sensation passes, you feel unusually alert, as if your mind has briefly glimpsed the intricate dance of causality, and you feel a new clarity when considering complex sequences of events. Temporal shenanigans indeed. So I'm going to ask the DM a question directly here, because I don't know. DM. Your description was quite intense. But I don't... but I am curious... No, your description was quite intense, and leaves me wondering whether or not this has had a permanent change on me. Could you elaborate? If you start messing with time, I'm gonna laugh. I don't want to get too crazy. So what I'll do, no, I accidentally hit enter. Whoops. Alright, we'll live with it. The jolt from the temporal sands leaves a subtle, lasting resonance. You haven't gained a new ability outright, but rather a profound clarity. When faced with puzzles, complex mechanisms, or intricate planning, you now possess an intuitive grasp of how sequences of events might unfold or interlock. That sounds like a new ability outright, honestly, to me. This translates to an innate understanding of cause and effect, granting you advantage on intelligence investigation checks when attempting to decipher complex patterns, analyze ancient technology, or put together scattered clues. It's a flicker of temporal insight, not magic. but a sharpened mind. DM, could you add an item to my inventory describing the effects of this interaction? That way I could reference it later. And question mark. Thank you. Please and thank you, folks. I'll use my newfound insights, I guess, to investigate the room. Can I make up an attack? I don't think so. It's just advantage on investigation checks. I didn't add it to your mental inventory. Okay, the DM has decided that it does not get to be added into my actual inventory. We'll try. We'll try and get him to add it. A new entry is added to your mental inventory. A clear understanding of your sharpened mind. With this new insight, you turn your attention back to the Chronos Vault. Your gaze sweeps across the consoles, the crystalline hourglass, and the intricate gear work that stretches into the vast dome above. The room hums with temporal energy. Your mind effortlessly sifts through the visual noise, piecing together the vault's purpose. This entire chamber is a colossal chronometer, a device not merely for observing time, but perhaps for manipulating it. The central hourglass seems to regulate the flow of temporal energy, while the surrounding consoles act as control interfaces. Your vision of Twig and the star-spanning vessels returns, now imbued with a deeper context. This vault is a key to understanding lost technologies and perhaps to finding your lost twin. I will make a journal entry on the effects of tasting the temporal sands. Please add it to my inventory and be descriptive about the effect. Thank you. All right. Okay, so this definitely messes with time, but I don't want to get the game into... I don't want this to be a time travel game. So I'm going to imagine that this works at, like, specifically with technology. Like, if I find a piece of technology, I could bring it here and restore it to its old form. Okay. Oh, here, I'll try this. Considering what I can do with this technology, I have an idea. I take the plates from my inventory, the metal plates, and place them in the device. I then set the controls to turn back the items time to when they were a single, when they were a set of plate armor, which they were. They were plate armor for the maintenance bot that I stole them from. Altering perception of time, probably. I have a whole character that doesn't exactly time travel, but he can pause time and narrative. If you think about it. Temporal Sands Insight. Hell yeah. Alright, so now we can reference it. So I'll say my Temporal Sands Insight ability. And that'll let me get advantage on my investigation checks. Heck yeah. Made it as a magic item too. Effects. As an action, you can consult this journal to gain advantage on your next intelligence investigation check made to decipher complex patterns, analyze ancient technologies, or piece together scattered clues. This effect lasts until a check is made or until the end of your next turn. Heck yeah. So that's how you get abilities added into your inventory so that you can reference them later. So the DM doesn't forget that you have it. Let's see, how are we doing? Oh, we're doing good. We're about a quarter of the way to our level up. Oh. Okay. I also acquired plate armor. You name drop your ability like you're friends with a celebrity. I'm sure it'll get the point. It would. Oh. Sorry, hold on one second. We got a person posting links in the chat. Let me get rid of them. It says they're on Twitch. Ah, here they are. Can I not? Sorry. I'm trying to... I can't seem to ban that dude's message. Sorry guys. Distracted. Okay, but we got the plate armor. So we upgrade all the way from chain shirt. Am I crazy? Am I just not saying it? Oh, there it is. Okay, I hadn't seen that bug, but we caught it on stream. Plate armor. Equip. Heck yeah. AC21, folks. I made Twitch chat follower only. Sorry. I tried to get rid of that guy from messaging, but I'm not so great at dealing with the... Oh, turn off. There we go. Okay. It's back. But I don't know how to deal with people. I seemingly can't mod myself. I can't, like, remove them from the chat myself. Either that or I just cannot find the setting to do so. Alright. But we got 21 AC, folks. What's up? Oh, okay. Thank you.
Do you need help modding?
Huh?
Do you need my help?
It's on Twitch.
Oh. Well,
Yeah.
thanks. Go.
You place the salvaged metallic plates into a shimmering aperture on one of Kronos Volt's consoles. With your enhanced insight, you manipulate the controls, your fingers dancing across the ancient interface. The air around the plates shimmer, blurring, like heat haze. Colors drain from them, then rush back in a dizzying cascade as their form begins to shift and meld. The crude, broken fragments flow infused, hardening and refining, until, with a final soft thrum, a complete, pristine set of plate armor rests within the aperture. It gleams with a dull, resilient sheen of fresh steel, free from any rust or blemish. Hans caws in astonishment. Ration lets out a series of excited squeaks, and even Rusty lowers its head, its sapphire eyes glowing with what might be reverence. You now possess a full set of plate armor, a powerful testament to Kronos Volt's capabilities and your own ingenuity. I just realized I have disadvantage on every stealth check, which is why I'm failing every single one. The Kobold is now invincible. Enemies don't roll over 20 unless they natural 20. Rubik, if that happens consistently, that means that your DM is beginning to desync. You'll want to tell. You'll want to post about it in the server. Jeebus84, thank you for the subscription. Yes, you can still get crit. You need 41 AC to not get hit by a crit. Okay. No problem. So if I make a veiled... if I make a journal entry of my Veiled Arts special attack, trick shots, and ninpo, I don't have to do my note so much before combat. That's right. I would still do the note, or at least I would remind it of the items, like the abilities. I would be specific about the word usage, so that it like goes like, oh, I remember something like that. There's an item with that name, and then it'll go check that item. I know I should be able to ban people, but I just don't know how. You cannot fix your sync error on your own. You have to do that with with JNN. Yeah, if it doesn't do it, it's not a problem. But if it continues to do it, if it does it consistently, then that is a problem. You can your game can fully desync, and then you'll need JNN to be able to play it all. Oh, does the chat not keep up sometimes whenever I'm not on screen? That's kind of annoying. Okay. using my temporal sands insight, I search for clues on Twig, hoping to find information on her whereabouts. Okay, we should have advantage on this at least. But we got a 5. Sad times. No, if it's only happened once or twice in your campaign, you don't have to worry about sync issues. Drawing upon your temporal insights, you intently scan Kronos' vault's data streams, seeking any ripple, any echo of your twin. The console's hum, displaying endless arrays of star charts, historical events, and complex temporal equations. You shift through epochs of information and sheer volume, overwhelming even your heightened senses. You see glimpses of ancient civilizations, the rise and fall of empires, the birth and death of stars, but no clear image, no definitive coordinates for Twig. Her specific trace remains elusive, lost in the immeasurable expanse of time within the vast repository. Your connection you seek isn't readily found within these temporal projections. What do I do to fix the sync? I don't do anything. JNN is the person who works on the back end to fix people's games. He's our main game support. My main job is wrangling the creatures in the Discord, and now this stream, kind of. I don't have to do the stream. I do it because I like it. My character generally refuses to call adventure until he's called upon specifically. I'm being really immature about it. I would never do that to a human DM. Yeah, Twig's a girl. It was mentioned. It was mentioned when the concentric crystal structure inside the giant bronze dome gave me visions. It mentioned that Twig was a her, and so Twig is my sister. Yeah. I have the hardest job ever to do. Yeah, I don't have to know how to code, which is nice. I don't know how I'd be able to do that, but I like hanging out with you guys. You guys are crazy, but it's a fun time. All right, let's get back. All right. All right, so the clues here are either not easily found or they're not in here. But I think there must be something in this room because this is where the story has led me so far. I think I may have to put my own head into the machine. I want visions of the past. Or maybe the future. I set the controls for the future. I then lie my head down on the device. I beam memories of the future directly into my brain. So I don't want to time travel, but maybe I can... I'm seeing a bad idea alert. Well, you know, we'll see. We'll have some real temporal insights after this. Ooh. Wisdom check, and much lower. That's great. Sick. Social wrangler and resume activate. Yeah. You wouldn't want the social wrangler job. Yeah. Well, the thing was, I just started acting like a mod out of nowhere. I was just helping people out. I made the guide before I was a mod for the server or anything. Before the game really had... I think the game had like 10k downloads on Google Play. And so I made the guide for it and stuff like that. And then Andy reached out to me with a job opportunity. I guess. I was knowledgeable about the game. I just like tried to break it a lot. And I would make lots of detailed bug reports and how to avoid running into those issues. Oh lord, that's a very variable quantity of temporal shenanigans. You adjust the controls, setting them to project memories of the future directly into your mind. A surge of raw data engulfs you as you press your head against the device. It's not a gentle flow, but a torrent of information. Distant nebulae swirl, galaxies bloom and fade, and then a face. Twig, older, standing amidst structures unlike any you've seen, holding a shimmering artifact. A symbol flashes in your eye. 3 interlocking rings. The vision is intense but fleeting. You pull away, dizzying, rush, receding. Leaving behind a powerful impression. You know that Twig is alive and connected to something vast and ancient. The symbol of the 3 interlocking rings feels like a key, a future signpost to guide your quests. The full details remain elusive, but certainty of her existence and a direction, however cryptic, settles within you. Bye, James. It was nice having you here. Remember to subscribe and get notifications if you want to catch more streams. I've been trying to see all I can do. I just like creativity. Log why not on Tridge. Do you not like... Temporal directions. Yes, temporal directions indeed. I must go to the future. Okay. I take note of the 3-ringed symbol. Perhaps someone will know what it is in a nearby town. Nearby tent village. I'll take my leave of the vault and begin my trek there. You etch the 3-ring symbol into your memory. Hey! Okay, so the DM is very good at picking up patterns. So it realized that anything of importance I jot down in my journal. And so it decided, hey, you said you took note of it. So I'm just going to go ahead and add a journal entry called the 3-ringed symbol. And that way... I've done it enough times now that the DM is doing it for me. It remembers this pattern. And if I don't want it, I just don't have to accept it. But it's really nice for it to start doing that by itself. You etch the three-ring symbol into your memory, a new purpose solidifying within you. With Rusty's silent presence, Hans perched alertly, and Ration nestled securely, you leave the Chronos Vault. The colossal door grinds shut behind you, sealing away its temporal secrets. You retrace your steps through the labyrinthine spire, past the remnants of the maintenance spot, and eventually out into the wider ruined city. The journey to the nearby tent village is uneventful, a stark contrast to the spire's technological wonders. As you approach, the scene of wood smoke and cooking meats replaces the spire's ozone and dust. A cluster of makeshift tents and shacks huddles in the shadow of a crumbling highway overpass. Ragged banners flutter in the wind, marking this as a haven, however temporary. Figures move among the shelters, tending to small fires, bartering scraps, or simply watching the desolate horizon. It's a place of stark survival, but also of human connection, a potential source of knowledge about the cryptic symbol. Okay. So, I want to do a few code giveaways, but I'm curious as to the best way to actually send them to you so they don't get snatched by someone else. The best way I know would be Discord, but if you want a code, I recommend being on the Discord then. Yes, I will DM you a code. So, but the way I'm going to choose it is at random. I'm going to roll some dice. Alright, we're at code giveaway section. Okay, we have 15 viewers. Okay. We're on Twitch. Okay. And Helios, you were the first winner. Are you here, and Helios? Okay. And Helios, I'll send it to you on Twitch. If you're on Twitch, I can send it to you on Twitch because I think, yeah, there's a whisper function. Okay, sorry, hold on. I have to verify my phone number. All right. Let me know if you got it. All right. We have a few more viewers on Twitch, but no additional chatters. If you're not chatting in Twitch, I won't see it. I won't see you pop up, so I won't be able to give you a code. All right. $16. 7. All right, next one's on YouTube. Johnny Speed. Is Johnny Speed here? Participants. Okay. Same thing. If you don't send a message, I can't get one to you. So Rubik, you are the winner. Is Rubik still here? I think he is, right? Rubik, you're on Discord, aren't you? What's your name? Yeah, they just sent a message on. I can't send them a message over YouTube. It's Rubik on Discord. All right. Members. Rubik. All right, there you go, Rubik. Let's do one more. All right. Rubik again. I think we're gonna let someone else try and get one. 12. Jerry O. Well, your luck's not that bad. Jerry O, you won. Okay, you're Lord Kage, right? Lord Kage. Oh my god. There we go. There's a lot of people with Kage in their name. Okay. I'm having a fun time. We're going to give away one more. Jarl. Your name is Jarl. YouTube won it again on this one. Jarl. Oh, sorry, Jarl. Hold on. Don't look at that. I may have messed up. I think I may have sent someone... I may have sent someone the wrong code. Let me see. Yeah, Jeriel. I think I sent you the wrong code. That's my bad. Don't pay attention to that one. Don't use that one. That's for someone else. Wait. Well, that's fine. No, yeah, that's right. All right, and you get this one. All right, all good. There we go. I have a list here. I have to make sure I select the right ones. All right. Okay. All right, we just arrived to the city. I think this is gonna be where we call it tonight. My voice is kind of shot. Did everyone have a fun stream? I know I had a good time. Night. Hello, Logo. I hadn't seen you typing in chat at all. Pedro, look at the guide. It's all in there, buddy. Even though you came in late, you had a blast. Well, I'm glad, Kira-chan. Dr. Grimley. Especially Rusty. Yes. Rusty is super cool. Yes, on Discord. I see. All right. Well, thank you so much, everyone, for joining the stream. I will be in stream tomorrow. We won't be playing Branch. We'll be playing... there are tabs in the guide, yes. We won't be playing Branch tomorrow. We'll be playing Obsidia. So anyone who's seen yesterday's stream, you'll remember Obsidia from that stream. Our dragon dwarf warlock, who can breathe magma. Yeah, that's right. Obsidia Mithril. So we'll be playing that character. Sorry for that in the background. Yeah, so if you're interested in that character or just want to hang out and enjoy the chill vibes, please subscribe, get the notifications, follow the events in Discord. I really appreciate everyone coming in. And if you haven't seen it, the video is up on the YouTube page. And all the links are in the description for the YouTube. thank you so much again, everybody, for joining. See you guys.